This is the YouTuber Wrath of Math, who recently made this video, Viral Elementary School Math Question Stumps Teacher, at which at the end of he shares this time puzzle by Dudene, where you're supposed to figure out what the time is based on this wizard's statement.
If you add 1/4 of the time from noon till now to half the time from now till noon tomorrow, you will get the time exactly.
And we can easily solve this, of course, by setting the time from noon today to now to x, and the time from now until tomorrow to 24 minus x. And obviously the time is right now is 12 plus x. And if we solve all this, we eventually realize that there's only 12 on both sides. That's not multiplied by x, meaning that no matter what x gets multiplied with, it becomes 0. So the time now is noon. However, if you then look at the end of Wrath of Math's video,
hence h, the hour time, is 9, and m, the minutes, is 36. Finally,
and if you check what you get if you put in 9 hours and 36 minutes into the equation above, you get 9.6 hours, which is 9:36 a.m. However, Wrath of Math did say that we're
going to assume that we can express just as the time now. So we're assuming it's p.m. If it is that the time exactly is 9:36 p.m.
So he makes the assumption that it's 9:36 p.m., that you're supposed to take whatever time you get and add p.m. to the end. And obviously 9:36 p.m. would be a valid time then. However, because of how weirdly set up the 12-hour clock is, which honestly I don't know why a wizard would be using a 12-hour clock. I think a wizard would be using a 24-hour clock, but maybe, they dumbed it down for the Americans. But yeah, even if we do use the 12-hour clock, you might notice that 24, what's 24 on the 24-hour clock, or 0, I guess, is actually 12 a.m. because they decided that time is not going to make sense on the 12-hour clock, and instead noon is 12 p.m. So even if you do add p.m. to the end, 12 would be the correct answer. However, I guess some context, Wrath of Math did get one cultural thing wrong in the video here.
But then the problem hits us with this very awkward phrasing that she baked the brownies until 25 to 12, which is not a way anybody ever speaks about time.
And as we might be able to see here, some people point out that 25 to 12 is very common in the UK. I think also somebody said that a lot of young people in the US in one specific area says it. Who knows? It's culture. Obviously, you get that wrong sometimes. Obviously, I think something Wrath of Math also got culturally wrong is that he forgot that all wizards live on Neptune. And obviously, the day on Neptune is only 16 hours long. However, more importantly, what not as many people know, is that Neptune is so far from the sun that high noon is kind of like a dim twilight to us. They actually start their day at noon and end it noon next day, instead of from midnight to midnight like we do. So if we assume the wizards lives on Neptune, like we all know that all wizards do, and that they use Neptune time, then we actually can put x on the left side. And if we go through all the math, we get that x would be 16 hours divided by 2.5, which is 6 hours 24 minutes, which means the time was actually 6:24 p.m. But yeah, just figured I should clear this off. hopefully I will not feel the wrath of math for correcting them a bit. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.